Kim's little sister and her maid of honor. I won by default. Okay, I want to thank everybody for coming all the way out to Vegas. It was a long trip for some of us coming from New York, other people coming from Maine, Colorado, Michigan, Kentucky, Rome, New York, Kentucky. So a lot of people made a long trip out here. You know, there was a lot of stress that went with planning this wedding. For me. She came home and she dragged me dress shop to dress shop to dress shop. And I sat there so patiently and smiled as she tried on dress after dress. It was so much fun. And she ended up finding her dress in Colorado without me. And it's a beautiful dress that I carried around for the last 2 hours when we had pictures. And it was fun. Yeah, I had a good time. And I'm keep down here. Alright. You know, if Mom was here, you know, she'd be the one hooting and hollering. You know, she'd be here up here, be your #1 supporter, but it's my turn. And we have Aunt Lee here. We have Aunt Lee back there in Mom's spirit. Even though you live clear across the country, and I live in New York, maybe someday I'll make it out to Colorado. We'll still be close, hopefully. Maybe I'll have a niece or a nephew at some point. Yes. Babysit.
No pressure.
None whatsoever.
There's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure. I remember I met Matt quite a few years back. I think my sister Kim loved Matt before Matt loved her. I mean, no, it's really true. I mean, I remember Matt and Kim met back in their undergraduate years back at Niagara, and I remember going to visit Kimberly, and on her desk, I've seen 100 million ways how Kimberly signed Kimberly Nethercott. Kimberly M. Nethercott. That's no lie. Michelle, is it a lie? I mean, there's only so many ways that you can write Kimberly Nethercott. And guess what, Kimmie? You can now write Kimberly M. Nethercott. So everybody raise your glasses up for my sister, Kimberly Nethercott, and my new brother-in-law, Matt Nethercott. Congratulations, you guys. Woo! How you gonna write his name a million times?
All right, it's time for the brother of the groom. Up in your speech. Looks like he wrote a nice little speech there. Right?
Hello everyone, I'm Dan, I'm Matt's younger brother. As you can see, I didn't quite make the cut for best man, I got ring bearer, so. I wrote a speech anyway, just to be prepared. Not really a public speaker, so just bear with me here. For those of you who don't know, I'm Matt's younger brother Dan, and I would just like to say a few words to the bride and groom. First and foremost, I want to say congratulations to Matt and Kim. And Kim, welcome to our family. Both of you look so happy, and Kim, you look fantastic. And Matt, you clean up pretty well. Glad to see he didn't wear cargo pants.
Kim loves those cargo pants.
We're all very excited to be here, and the fact that it's being held in Vegas probably doesn't hurt either. Seriously though, when you look around this room, there are a lot of families, friends, and colleagues from all over the country. They've all traveled a great distance to be here today. Everyone has taken a lot of time and energy to attend because we truly want to celebrate this occasion. the fact that your wedding can attract people from all over the country says something very positive about the both of you. Now, as I mentioned, I'm Matt's younger brother, so I've known Matt for a little while now. Being the younger, yet-to-be married brother, I'm not exactly in the position to be handing out life lessons during a wedding toast. However, since we're in Vegas, I'll try my luck. For as long as I can remember, Matt has always been resolved to do his best. Whether at work or school, my brother always applied himself 100%. Kim, I understand you're as equally driven. So I'm here to remind both of you today that while you've accomplished a great deal in both your academic and professional career paths, what you've accomplished here today, entering into a unity, is equally monumental. The act of saying I do in front of family, friends, and God is no small feat. It's a promise. It's the longest and hardest promise to maintain. It's a promise to be your best during the worst times. It's a promise not to give up. And it's a promise not to take this union for granted. Lost my spot.
I know the feeling. So much more I want to say.
So many things in our life vie for our time. Between work, paying bills, and fantasy football, it's easy to lose sight of the things that truly matter. So Matt and Kim, my only piece of advice to you is to make time each and every day to fulfill that promise.
Go, Dan.
Our parents, my dad couldn't be here because he injured his back, but our parents have been married for 35 years, and I can still see how Mom and Dad fulfill this promise each and every day. Growing up, I can't ever remember a time there wasn't laughter between the two of them. Nor can I remember a time that a disagreement wasn't resolved by bedtime. As they grew older, their dedication to each other only strengthened. The resolve of my father during countless doctor visits and multiple surgeries for my mother. The drive of my mother, even though her eyesight was failing and her mobility was limited, a situation where most people would have been resigned to give up. She never stopped fighting, she put on a brave face, and she did what needed to be done. She refused to be a burden. Even though I don't say it out loud, I really appreciate and admire the dedication my parents have for each other. A marriage of 35 years is a testament to working every day to keep that promise. I think one of the best stories that are from my parents that perfectly sums up the idea of keeping the promise is about mowing the lawn. And I know I'm kind of out in left field here, but bear with me. So after Matt and I both moved out, Dad bought a brand new riding lawnmower, which is something pretty big for him because Dad never buys anything for himself. So Dad gets the bright idea to have my mom learn how to cut the lawn on the riding lawnmower. And as you can see, this scenario is ripe for disaster. However, Dad took the time to teach her how to run a machine, he coached her, and he graciously cleaned up what she missed. I can't imagine how frustrating this must have been for Mom to learn. With her limited eyesight and inexperience, she didn't give up. She could have easily said, "This is a stupid idea," and walked inside. And you know what? She would have been right.
That's right, Carl.
But she didn't, because she was committed to Dad, no matter how absurd it may seem. So this goes to show you the power of keeping the promise. You can make a marriage last, and you can make anything, no matter how ridiculous, work. So Matt and Kim, we all wish you the best in your marriage. Thank you for having us here tonight, and a toast to you guys on your marriage.
All right.
Here's to Kim and Matt. Helen.
So I always ask you guys, is there something you want to let somebody else give a speech?
I'm calling Kay.
To your guests? Sure. All right, here you go. Turn over to the man of the hour.
I just want to say from Billy and I, very much for being here. You all mean something special to us, whether it's from undergrad, my PhD time at Michigan State wasn't getting turned on to coffee. Yeah, go green. Yeah.
Go green.
Family, you know, the people at Kentucky, the people at Colorado. I really appreciate it all. I see Mario and Scarlett left because Scarlett was throwing a fit. But, you know, I've learned a lot, and Kim really likes kids now. Not that she didn't like them before. So I'm sure there's some pressure there. Not just from my family. But with that being said, I do want to thank everyone for coming. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to both Kimberly and I that you took the time out of your schedules, your busy schedules, to fly literally halfway across the country to come visit and